Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Today, it's finally the day that I'm gonna put the engine inside the Fox body. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally gonna be doing it today. There's a couple things I have to do before I can actually get the engine in the Mustang. Like, I'm gonna put the clutch on and the bell housing, and then I'm gonna put it in the car. But I got a lift thing, a jack hoist point from, I'll show you what it is, but I got it from Jegs, and I think I need to source some bolts. I'm gonna try some different things, see if I can make it work. But so I gotta get some stuff for that, and then I gotta get some electrical tape to wrap up my main wiring harness so it can tuck up underneath the little lip. But I do have to go to AutoZone and pick up some more stuff that I just need. I need to source some bolts, I need to get some electrical tape, I need a couple wrenches. So I'm gonna go to AutoZone first and do that, but let me show you what's going on. Let me show you the bolts I have to source. Alright, so I got this cool, engine hoist plate, I guess it's called, and I don't have bolts for it though, and I didn't think about it when I bought it, so I'm gonna have to source some of those. So I'm going to town and see if I can't find something that'll work, or maybe I have something, I just gotta look for it a little bit, but I need to figure that out. So that's one of the things I gotta do. We're gonna be putting the clutch on, so I should take the bag off. So hold on, the bag will be off in 3, 2, 1, boom. Okay, so now that that's done, so I gotta get the clutch on. I gotta put those little dowels in there, so that'll get done. That's not very hard, but it does take some time. And otherwise, this will be in the engine today, and maybe the trans too if I'm feeling frisky tonight. So it's just a time and effort kind of a thing. I got some buddies coming over to help and make sure I don't break anything. So on that note, I am gonna see if I can find a bolt that fits that real quick in-house in my garage, and then after that we'll run over to AutoZone and see if I need those bolts. I'll get them, but I do need electrical tape, and I do need some new wrenches, because I don't know if you saw it, but I got a Craftsman set. Check it out. So there's the box, but it was on sale at Lowe's for 120 bucks, and it's like a $200 something set, so I had to do it. You just know that I had to. I just had to. That's the game plan for today. So we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna start working on this thing, so let's get right on into it. Okay, so after like an hour of fidangling and trying to find the right bolt and this, that, and the other, I couldn't figure it out. So I got to go to AutoZone and Home Depot and get the parts I need. And then I got sidetracked too. I was trying to find my harmonic balancer bolts, because the one on my stock engine, for some reason, it's not threading right into this new aftermarket Pioneer balancer, which I looked up the specs, I looked at it, and it all says it should work with stock bolts. And I mean, those are SVE bolts, so whatever, but I'll order some ARPs, and if they don't go in, I don't know. It's just another weird headache that I don't want to have, but I'm having it. So that's the next thing to do, and here, let me show you. So I got real invested into this for like an hour. So the 4 bolts that hook up the harmonic balancer pulley, it doesnn't fit, and I put it in there, it goes in a couple threads, and then it stops like it's gonna cross thread. So I just kind of nudged it a little bit, and then I pulled it back out. It was stripping it, so a piece of metal came out. So hopefully I didn't screw it up too bad, but I only went like a thread or 2 in, so it should be fine. But still, it's annoying. Why do I have to deal with this? Why can't it just work? So on that note, I'm going to go to AutoZone and get the parts I need just to get the engine in tonight, and I'll order ARPs later and make sure that works. So on that note, let's go to AutoZone. Alright, and we're back. We got home, we got the parts we needed, and it looks like it's gonna work out pretty good. So I went to Lowe's, I didn't go to AutoZone, and Lowe's had everything. So I got bolts for the engine hoist mount, which worked out good here. So I had to use 2 spacers, but they had the grade 8 bolts, so they're strong enough to hold this thing up, and I got the longest ones I could. That's why I have to use the spacers. It's because they're so long they go to the bottom of the threads, so it worked out perfectly. So I got this on here, and then, you know how I was complaining about not being able to get these bolts in the harmonic balancer? Well, I looked it up, and I was using the right size bolt. Everything worked good. I even got new bolts that were the right size to make sure, and they were right, and they still wouldn't go in. So what I did is I took this guy and my Harbor Freight tap and die set. And so what I did is I put the tap in here and just cleaned the threads up, and now it works fine. Sometimes problems are just that easy to figure out, and so I'm gonna tap these things real quick or clean up the threads, then put the bolts in. I'm not gonna put the pulley on yet because I want to paint it, but it just was bugging me that it wasn't working and I couldn't figure it out. So I did figure it out, and if you're having the same problem, just use your tap and it works. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm going to get it jacked up and start putting the clutch on. So. Alright, so a little progress update of what I've done so far. We're getting close. I'm getting excited. It just feels cool to have the engine ready to put in the car. It's been almost a year and a half now that it's been sitting in my garage. This is awesome. I'm so excited right now to actually be putting it in the engine bay. I mean, I still gotta do a couple things, but it's going in tonight, so I'm extremely excited about it. This is gonna be great. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm excited. So let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, so I wrapped the engine harness with electrical tape, and it looks good. I want to put that tubing over it, so it's not like it's only zip tied in 2 spots. So that's fine, and then I'm gonna put that plastic tubing when I get it in the mail, but for now it's out of the way. It'll be okay to put the engine in right now. So that's, oh, and I put the windshield wiper motor back on. That was a pain in the butt, man. So whatever, but it's on now. So all of this is ready. Everything is out of the way. I can slap the engine in tonight, so that's all cool. All right, so the engine. So I think I showed you earlier, but I was able to get this on, so that part was awesome. And then I was able to tap the damper, so that was really cool as well. And otherwise, that's about all I've done so far. So I'm going to put it on the engine hoist and put the clutch on real quick, and then I'll be getting ready to put it in the car. But man, this is so cool. So excited. The only stupid thing is this aftermarket Milodon oil pan I have is a screw-in type dipstick. It's a screw-in dipstick. You know how much Milodon wants for a stupid screw-in oil pan dipstick? $70. $70 for a dipstick. Think about that. Just take a second. I must be doing something wrong. $70 for a dipstick? Oh my goodness. So I'll have to order that, but it'll be fine. I can still put it in the car, and it's a flexible dipstick, which it's kind of cool, but still $70. What is wrong? So I'm gonna put the clutch on. I'm gonna put a time lapse on so you can see what I'm doing. I'll probably go step by step through the clutch install. Psych! For now, I gotta get this thing hoisted up and make sure everything's good in the world. So I'm back, and it wouldn't be right if something didn't go wrong. That's just usually how it goes. So I went to put the pilot bearing in, and there's like a 1/16 of an inch where I beat on that thing with my socket over the bearing, and it just won't go in. So I have another one. I'm gonna do the bread method to pop that pilot bearing back out, and then see if the other one will go in, or put some grease on it, see what happened, because it just made my night great. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and I'll tell you guys how it went. But here, real quick, let me show you what I'm looking at. So do you see that right there? It's kind of, see how there's a gap? There's like a 1/16 of an inch of not, yeah, that's a little bit better. A 1/16 of an inch or so that just won't go in. I beat on it, and I got my socket. Is this no? Got my socket, and I put it over it, and it just won't go in. So I'm gonna push it back out and see if I can't fix it, but that just is great. So I'm gonna see if I can push it back out, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully I can. If anything, I'm not gonna leave it on the cherry picker like this. I'll still set it in the engine regardless, but I'll have to take it back out to put the clutch on. So I don't know, it's two evils. So we're gonna see though. If I can get this done, we're definitely gonna go for it. So let's try. So I had no success. I'm gonna have to rent one of those pilot bearing pullers and get that pilot bearing out. But so I did some reading, I did some research, and Eagle, their 4340 crank, had some problems. So it sticks out a 1/16 of an inch on some of them, and you can call and they will send you a different pilot bearing from what I've heard. But that was like 10-15 years ago. I do know this crank is older, even though it's new to me. So I tried sticking bread in it and trying to pop that thing out, and I guess I got it in there good, real good. Tomorrow I'll rent one of those bearing puller tools and try to pull this thing out. And I have another one. Someone said you can grind down the backside of it until it fits. Some people say call Eagle, but I think I'm going to call Eagle on Monday and see what they say and go from there, because this is just really annoying. So, but I will be able to get that bearing out. And I think for tonight, I'm still going to put the engine in the car, just because I don't want to mount it back up on the engine stand. That'll be harder than actually putting it in the car, because I just have the 2 bolts from the motor mounts. So I am going to be putting the engine in the car, but it's kind of a bummer, kind of let down. I wish I would have been able to get the clutch and the bell housing and everything installed. That bearing's probably bad now because I hit it so many times. I can tell even the outside of it is like, from the socket and me hitting it, it's like dented a little bit. So I hope I didn't do any damage to the crank or anything. It should be fine. I didn't hit it too hard. I just kept tapping it, and it just wouldn't go in, and it pissed me off. So after getting thoroughly pissed off, I smashed my finger too.
And I only cried for 20 minutes.
And I went inside and got a beer, and that's how I iced my finger. But man, it just, it got to me. I got upset. Kind of have a solution. We're gonna try to figure it out. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this engine in the car right now, see what it looks like, and get that bearing puller and pull it out while it's underneath the car, because it'll be a little bit easier. I'll have more leverage with the slide hammer. So let's get that done. I'll put a time lapse on to let you see what I'm doing to get the engine in by myself. So all right, let's do it. Okay, I know we had that hiccup with the pilot bearing, and I still gotta deal with it, but getting the engine in right now, it looks so good. It looks amazing. I didn't even know. When I was building this engine, I had a vision in my head about what I wanted it to look like in the engine bay, but it's so much better in real life. It's so much better. I'm so excited right now. I can't even contain it, but here, just look. Look how good that looks with the elbow and the throttle body. I got carried away. I did do a little bit more than I said I would, but I mean, look at that. I mean, it's gonna have to come off later anyway if I pull the engine again, but look at that. Look how good it looks. It fits perfect in the engine bay. Oh my goodness, that looks good. Oh, I don't even know what to say. I'm just so stoked right now on how good this came out. Like I said, I had the vision in my head, and it just is so much better in real life. I'm excited. I gotta calm down, but I cut my finger and I got my Pirates of the Caribbean Band-Aid on. But I mean, I'm so excited with this engine. The pilot bearing thing, I'll fix it, but I'm just gonna take it with a grain of salt, and it is what it is. It can be fixed. It will be fixed. I'll figure out a way. Besides that little hiccup, seems like everything is going good. I can't complain. I mean, I can a little bit about Eagle. Like, bro, what's up? On the other hand, though, Ford, you made an excellent product. This looks awesome. That is going to be the end of the video tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying till the end if you made it this far. We're just going to keep going. We're going to fix these stupid problems, and we're going to get this car running hopefully in the next couple weeks. I thought I would be done by now, but obviously that's not happened. So thank you again for watching. If you made it this far, please like, please subscribe. It helps me tremendously on my channel. So thank you. I appreciate it. But on that note, we're done for the night, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Beer's good.
Beer is okay. So just 2J swapping.
We could do a 2J.
Pull it out.
You want to do a 2J Mustang?
Pull it, yeah.
Let's do a 2J Mustang.
You're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, let's take your 2J.
2J36? No, I can't do it. I gotta go big boy. That's what I was like, either that.
What, the Studebaker?
No, yeah, the Crown, the V12, the Toyota.
He has a GS what? A
GS300 with the GT.
He has a GS300 with what? It's VVTi, right? 2JZ. Yeah, VVTi 2JZ swap, and it's been in your garage for how long?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Long enough.
It's been a 4-year process, so it's awful. It's awful, but I mean,
2J's slow.
Yeah, 2Js are slow, bro.
2Js are super slow. It's
We'll
like
get him
it's
going
like
pretty soon. We'll
like
be
a
at his
case-
house pretty soon, filming it.
It's like a K-swap.
And then his Barra swapped 66 notchback Mustang will beat all of us. And I'll be pissed. Ernie will be pissed. All of us will be pissed. Australia did it better, I guess.